Well, folks, it is coming up May 10th, the United Way of Mason County Spring Dessert and Gift Auction. It is always a heck of a lot of fun. The bids are flying, and it all goes to raise some great money for the United Way of Mason County. I've got Executive Director Ted Jackson on the line and some other great folks from United Way he's going to introduce. Ted, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing wonderful, and thank you for hosting us. I'd like to introduce our board president of the United Way, Dan Tudenberg, and our vice president, Amber Trail. And both of them have done wonderful things for the United Way. We couldn't do a lot of things that we do without either one of them, without their guidance and their gentle hands. They have been wonderful.
That's awesome. Well, welcome in, Dan. Amber, good to talk with you too as well. And United Way of Mason County is online at unitedwaymason.org. I'll put the links to that in the show notes. Also on Facebook, I'll put that there too. You guys are now on Johns Prairie Road. You used to be, a long time ago, you used to be right downtown next to Blondie's, the old optometrist building. And you've moved out to Johns Prairie. So we got all the logistics figured out. Now let's talk about this auction. Dan, let's start with you. Tell me about this. It's been going on for a while, and it's awesome that it's back again here on the 24th or the 10th of May.
Yeah, it's a great event. We look forward to it every year. We have some wonderful donations coming in. Local bakers provide wonderful desserts. It's just not desserts, it's other awesome gifts as well. But it's a great chance to come together as a community, bid on some wonderful treats, but more importantly, raise funds for some tremendous opportunities to make Mason County a better place to be.
You're right. On the Facebook page, I do see some wonderful gift baskets that have been created already. Amber, tell us a little bit about all the money and where it goes to in our community.
Yeah, so United Way, the money all goes back into Mason County. We've been around for a long time, and through COVID, I think a lot of us had to shift gears and kind of transition into this new era. And I think United Way was pretty well known for supporting other nonprofits, bringing volunteers together, and we've really tried to hone that new mission a little bit to be more focused on bringing those resources together, uniting them, the volunteers, and then driving that quality of life opportunities back into our community. So you'd see United Way a lot of times at the food banks and out there supporting various youth activities and stockings for some of our senior communities and the new Veterans Village. Like, there's a lot of different places in this community that need support, and United Way's done a great job of making that a really well-rounded support system.
Yeah, you talk a little bit about some of these other groups and organizations out there. One cool thing about United Way I know you can do is in certain businesses, if you work for certain businesses, you can add to it an automatic payroll deduction that goes right to United Way. And then what's great about that is you don't see it. So you don't even think about it, and you're doing good every 2 weeks or however often you get paid. So talk to me, Dan, now about where this event is going to be. And then two, if people have basket ideas or more things they want to donate, how do we get them to you?
Yeah, so the event's going to be held at the Civic Center in downtown Shelton, May 10th, noon to 2. Arrive and have a good time. Kearns will be providing some food as well and some appetizers and things. If you want more of a substantial lunch, you can go get that outside at their wonderful food truck. But there's going to be a lot of opportunities there to interact with each other, bid on some wonderful items. If you would like to donate some items, please contact the United Way office via email or phone or Facebook. That would be the best way to do it. We'll even come pick up the gift items as well. I know we have some tremendous 4-H bakers who are providing some local baked treats as well. So it's going to be a really fun event for everybody to come together and raise some money for some great causes.
I remember these auctions over the years popping in and seeing just how wild the bids can sometimes get. People will walk in, Amber, and they'll see something and they're not leaving without it.
Yeah. It's a really great opportunity because it's a lunch hour, right? For your business to come support it with a table, bring your staff, and then bid on desserts to feed them right there. I know back in the day when Jeff Neely used to come, it was like tooth and nail for some of those desserts, and we would love to see that come back. And there's some pretty well-known bakers in our community, and I know people get competitive about that. So come support your favorite baker, encourage them to donate something. We'll take it all.
United Way of Mason County, founded way back in 1966 as a benefit for the Red Cross, the Boy Scouts, the Exceptional Foresters, Girl Scouts, and Salvation Army. They have only expanded to the amount of help they give in our county. And there's no North County, there's no South County. It's all gives back to Mason County in these. Again, I mentioned the website, unitedwaymason.org, and I'll put that again in the show notes. So is there you have to get tickets? Do you just show up, or how does this work?
You can do either or, right? So they can contact the gals at the office or Ted to get tickets and schedule that ahead of time if that's easier, but we also take people at the door.
All right. I like it very much. And too, we'll get some information about United Way, some of the things they've done over the past couple years. And I think you're right too about kind of, because you guys were so public focused, public front for so long. And then COVID, of course, really put a wrench into that whole thing. But it's great to see that you're back out there and people are back into it and taking care of this. The new spot is on Johns Prairie Road, 790. Is that kind of right near Mason Transit?
That's
It's right in the same
It's
building.
right
Yep.
in. Yep.
Oh, perfect. That works. So anything else we need to know about this?
Jeff, I got a call about an hour and a half ago from the North Mason Coalition of Churches. They're going to have a cheesecake drive for our auction, and so they'll be bringing cheesecakes down from Belfair.
Ooh.
And we know the people, but they decided this year they're going to do cheesecakes for this auction. So
Ted,
it's
what's
a
your favorite?
wonderful feeling, and I have a wonderful staff and a great board. I am very blessed every day.
Oh, Ted, you're a great guy. I love talking with you. I need to know though, what's your favorite dessert?
Ooh, my daughter made baklava the other night.
Oh, what?
I was surprised. It took her 2 days to make it, but that thing it gained me 4 pounds.
Just looking at it.
Oh my goodness. I told my daughter, I said, this knocks it out of the park. And I said, I got to go for a couple of runs. So
Well, you better start. Better have her start making some more now.
I asked her to make it. I said, your mom's a great baker, but this killed me. So
Oh, I love it.
Ashley will have her baklava at our event. And but Jeff, thank you very much. I really appreciate all the support. United Way would not be here without people like Amber and Dan and Danny Cook and Danny Rosenbach, Ted Trask, the whole board. I could and Mary Madsen, who just joined, and Tammy and everybody. We can't thank them enough. They've been very supportive. Working as a nonprofit organization is one of the most difficult things I've ever done in my life. It's not easy. You ask people for money and you try to explain where it goes. Last night, I could tell you at 5:30, I was here in the office working on a grant, and a lady walked in and with 3 children, no food, no money, nothing. And luckily, we keep food in the refrigerator for snacks at the office, but she had nothing. And she wasn't she was a Mason County resident that was just down on today. Thank goodness those kids that I was here at 5:30, they got some snacks or they got some food, healthy food. But that's what we do. That's it. We try to pick up somebody that's having a rough time in their life, and that's what the United Way does. So
Ted,
and luckily those
misty
kids
here.
Well, don't get misty, but
that's a powerful story.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you know what? I have Nicole Kerchak, who deserves all the credit on earth, but she did a drive to get clothing. And so I was able to take those kids and get them some warm jackets and that's because of Nicole. It's not because of Ted. It's because of Nicole. And so they got some new or different clothes and got some food. And that's what happens in this. Our community is built on trust, and I believe it's built on honesty. But sometimes you need to just help somebody once in a while. So, and
Man.
that's what United Way does. And also, we will bring internet to everybody in Mason County. I know Dan's smiling, but we will do that.
We were a
And
big part of United Way helped spearhead with WSU Extension, expanding broadband throughout all 39 counties and tribes this last
wow.
year through the state broadband office. And United Way really headed up that for Mason County. So it's great. And we look forward to doing more work to expand broadband access to all residents for Mason County.
I mean, it's become, electricity, water, broadband. I mean, that's kind of where we're at right now. It used to be considered a luxury, but now it's a necessity.
Yeah.
Yeah, and COVID even showed that when families were sent home to download the homework for your children, you had to have internet. And
Yeah,
some residents in Mason County don't have that or don't even have
right.
access to high-speed internet. So we're looking at places like that and working with state broadband office and working with our providers to find ready spots to expand.
Yeah.
Man.
Prime example of the shift following COVID and that long-standing relationship with the community where Ted still gets people that walk in and know United Way is a resource for them to get help. So we're trying to find a nice bridge to serve everybody.
Well, coming up, on your 60-year anniversary here in just a couple of years, that's a pretty impressive run. And you have, at that point, you have helped generations of people in Mason County. So that's pretty darn cool. And that story that Ted just told us is probably, some of the great reasons that you and Dan, you and Amber both joined up on the board. Dan's the board president now. Amber is the vice president, and Ted is the executive director of Mason United Way here in Mason County. Again, I'll put the links to the show notes. It's going to be a fun spring dessert and gift auction. Is that Mother's Day weekend?
I
It
believe it is.
Perfect
So
time to get a gift for mom.
Perfect. That's it. There's another great reason. So start thinking about if you want to donate any baked goods, you can get them to the United Way office leading up to that 7th or 9th or the day of. And donation forms are going to be available. You guys are 501c3 nonprofit, so all your donations are tax deductible as well. We'll put the links in the show notes. I see donations from Shelton Cinemas. Again, a huge gift basket from Mason County 4-H, which it looks like you guys helped out recently as well. Very cool. 3 great folks on the call right now. I love it. How fun.
And you're going to MC, right?
I am now. No, yes, of course I am gonna do it. No, I'm looking forward to it. I remember watching Dale. I remember watching Dale used to do it back in the day, and he
Yep.
was very good. And so
He was.
I'll do my best.
You're
Yeah.
gonna do great.
I look forward to it. I really am. So
Very cool. I will talk with you all later, and I look forward to facilitating MC in this thing on the 10th. And folks, if you're not going to donate, you got to be there and bid on some of these things, or you do both.
Right.
Or you do both. Ted Jackson, Dan Tuderberg, Amber Trail from United Way of Mason County. Great talking with you all.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you very much.
thank you very much, Jeff.